Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to this cricket happenings. This is going to be an exciting cricket happenings. There is one stupendous record which has happened in the List A matches. As you know, the tri-series between, because I know the Ashes are going on, but I am actually giving preference to this because this is a big record and this is something which is rarely done. And the person who did it was Shikar Dhawan of India A team. As you know, the tri-series is going on, and Australia A were the first ones to actually enter the final. And today was like a semi-final because India A and South Africa A were clashing at Pretoria, and it was very essential. This was the match which was going to decide who would play Australia A in the final of the tri-series. It has been decided with India going on to a wonderful victory by 39 runs. But let me tell you, the feature of the game, India A putting up the highest ever score in List A matches in cricket history by making 433 for 3 of their 50 overs, and the man who actually facilitated it was Shikar Dhawan, going on to a wonderful knock, making 248 runs of 150 deliveries with 30 fours and 7 sixes. In fact, as you know, the other day Glenn Maxwell went and slammed 145 runs, and today Shikar Dhawan, I would say, just put that particular knock of Glenn Maxwell in the tri-series into the shade by slamming 248 runs of 150 balls, 30 fours and 7 sixes, becoming the second player as far as List A matches are concerned, where Brown is the one who actually holds the record in the English county cricket scene. I don't remember the county, but Brown was the one who actually holds the record with 268 runs, and Dhawan couldn't get on to that by he missed that mark by only 20 runs, scoring 248 runs of 150 deliveries, 30 fours and 7 sixes. And Cheteshwar Pujara, who was really struggling in this particular tri-series, finally came good, making an unbeaten 109 of 97 balls with 8 fours. And this was the partnership which took the score. Initially they had an opening partnership between Murli Vijay, who contributed 40 of 37 balls with 7 fours, and then Pujara joined in, and after that it was absolutely, I would say, absolutely pillage as far as the Australian A bowling was concerned. Australian A bowlers were really, South African A bowlers were really blasted to all parts of the ground, especially by Shikar Dhawan. Shikar Dhawan took his time. If you look at his innings, the way he constructed it, he took 86 balls to get to his first century. And after that, Shikar Dhawan was a man transformed. If you look at his innings, he made 248, so that would give you an inkling. From 148 runs were scored in the next 50 balls. So such was the power of Shikar Dhawan's batting. We know that the pitches, the grounds are very small, and that's all there. But still, to make such a big century, big double century of 248 runs of 150 balls with 30 fours and 7 sixes, and that was what enabled India A to put up the highest ever score in List A cricket history by making 433 for 3 of that 50 overs. And as I said, Shikar Dhawan, initially the 100 he took 86 balls, but after that he was a man totally transformed. He really slammed the ball into all parts of the ground. Everybody, in fact, he started off after hitting Yuan Theron for a 6, and after that every bowler, look at the damage that the Shikar Dhawan did to all the South African A bowlers. Willowen 8 overs going for 94 runs and 1 wicket. Theron 10 overs 1 for 98. Real of Van der Merwe 7 overs no maiden, none for 61. 9 overs no maiden, 1 for 62 for Bew Hendricks. 10 overs for 68 for Pete Ontong, 3 overs 15. The only analysis that one could really talk about is Justin Ontong, 3 overs going for only 15. Jarswell 3 overs went for 32. He was crashed away. 433 for 3 of their 50 overs. Always going to be looking difficult, but let me tell you, South Africa A made a real fist of it, making 394. They were all out for 394. They went down fighting. They went down with all guns blazing, with Rory Hendricks at the top of the order, the opener, making 106 of 78 deliveries, 12 fours and 2 sixes, and Van Jarswell towards the end, making 108 of 91 balls with 7 fours and 5 sixes, keeping the fight and taking the fight into the India A bowlers, but unfortunately they still fell 39 runs short. But what a match we had here, and South Africa also provided intense entertainment to all the home spectators here at the De Villiers Oval in Pretoria. Ruzu made 43 of 31 balls with 4 fours and 2 sixes. Everyone contributed. Elgar making 15 of 13 balls with 2 fours. Justin Ontong 49 of 36 balls with 8 fours. Riel Vanderbilt cracking 36 of 26 balls, 1 4 and 2 sixes. But after that, the tail was quickly wrapped up by the Indians, especially Ishwar Pandey, 9 overs, no more than 4 for 76. 394 was the final score. We're all right, but as I said, Shikar Dhawan's knock was a stupendous knock, considering the fact that there are only two Indian batsmen who have got double centuries, and their names are Sachin Tendulkar, one of the greatest cricketers ever to grace Indian cricket, and Virendra Sehwag, the slasher dasher, who is no longer there in the Indian team. He has got a double century, but other than that, no one else has got a double century. And what a player Shikar Dhawan is turning out to be for India. Well, Unadkat 8.4 overs, no more than 2 for 79. Pandey, the wicket taker, 4 for 76. 10 overs for 75 for Parvez Rasool, taken to the cleaners today. 6 overs for 35. Raina bowled well. Nadeem 7 overs, 1 for 52. 5 overs for 42 for Binny, and Shikar Dhawan bowled 3 overs, no more than 1 for 24. He also picked up a wicket there, as far as Shikar Dhawan is concerned. And Shikar Dhawan, as I said, India A will be clashing with Australia A in the Tri-Series of the finals of the Tri-Series here at the De Villiers in Pretoria. So Shikar Dhawan, wonderful knock. I mean, he really as I said, it's a stupendous knock from Shikar Dhawan. There are no words to describe. Yes, the boundaries were small, the ground was small, but that is not taking any credit away from Shikar Dhawan's batting. This is absolutely electric stuff coming in from Shikar Dhawan of India. Well, so let's get on to the Ashes now. Since I wanted to cover that first, I started off with that. As far as the England innings were concerned today, well, they couldn't. They took the score on to 330. In fact, today Ian Bell was an early victim. In fact, the feature England were all out for 330 today, thus setting 299 for Australia to win, and Australia currently are 152 for 2. I'll come to that. But talking about this English innings, as you know, yesterday they started off the overnight score with Ian Bell on 105, but the 6 overs with the old ball didn't yield much results, with Ian Bell and Matt Pryor playing in a very sedate fashion, not taking any risks. But once the new ball was given, and Ryan Harris was there with the new cherry, and what an analysis. Look at the bowling analysis that Ryan Harris had. On that day, he rocked the batting order early on with England, and then now he came to finish it off. And what an analysis. He returned his test career best analysis of 28 overs, 2 maidens, 117 runs, and 7 wickets in his bag. He started off with getting off the wicket of Ian Bell with a real skidder that kept low, and Ian Bell couldn't do anything. I couldn't prevent it from going on to his stumps, and Ian Bell was gone. Bowled by Harris for 113 with 11 fours. After that, it was Matt Pryor to go, so that the new ball started doing all the tricks, as Ryan Harris picked up Matt Pryor in absolutely identical fashion. He was gone for a blob, and that made the score 251 for 7. And Broad got such a delivery, an absolutely unplayable delivery. He was put in a real awkward tangle by Ryan Harris, and Broad, nothing else but he could fend it over his head, and it was taken by Smith in the slips, and he was gone for 13 with 3 boundaries. So that made the score 275 for 8, and then Bresnan decided that attack is the best form of defense, and after that Bresnan became very severe. He started slamming the bowling. In fact, he started hitting Harris for boundaries. He hit Jackson Bird for a few boundaries. In fact, Jackson Bird got a lot of boundaries hit off his bowling. And Tim Bresnan was the one who carried the attack into the rival camp. He got good support from Graham Swan, who also started hitting the ball. Both of them decided that attack is the best form, and yes, that attack definitely helped, because the score galloped from 275 to 317 with some really bold strokes being played both by Bresnan, especially by Bresnan, and also by Graham Swan. with Bresnan contributing. But after that, Ryan Harris once again came into the picture and got Bresnan to lob a catch back to him, and he was gone for 45 with 6 boundaries. And Graham Swan finishing on an unbeaten 30 of 24 balls with 6 fours when England were all out for 330, when Nathan Lyon got a ball to turn outside the edge, took the outside edge of James Anderson's bats on his forward defense. Brad had him behind the stumps taking the catch, and 330 all out, thus setting England, Australia, a score of 299 to win this 4 Ashes Test match. It is nicely set right now. As I said, the bowling figures: Ryan Harris 7 for 117, career best Test analysis. He truly and richly deserved this very good 7-wicket haul. Jackson Bird 28 none for 67. Shane Watson 6.3 overs. We know about that. He didn't bowl anymore. And Nathan Lyon taking 3 for 55. So Australia chasing 299 had a very good start. Let me tell you, the pitch was not easy to bat on. The balls were keeping low, and it is not an easy pitch, but I thought Australia are doing a wonderful job here because right now we still have a long way to go, because we are in the final session right now, and I mean Australia are doing a wonderful job. In fact, they started off in the right note, chasing 299 by putting 109 for the first wicket with a confident Chris Rogers and David Warner. But David Warner, let me tell you, he has been playing with ounces of confidence. He has been stroking the ball superbly, and you know, his punches has been absolutely perfect, and he has been stroking a lot of force through the offside, and currently he's still there for Australia, not out on 71 with 10 fours and 1 6. Chris Rogers gave him admirable company. He survived some anxious moments, but Chris Rogers, he scored 49. He also played some very good strokes. But Graham Swan actually just had his wicket just before the tea interval when Chris Rogers was gone, caught by Jonathan Trott of the bowling of Graham Swan for 49 with 8 fours. And Usman Khawaja joined in. Usman Khawaja also looked confident playing his strokes until he was undone by a Graham Swan delivery, which actually would have hit the stumps. He was out. LBW to Graham Swan, contributing 21 with 3 fours. And currently, as I said, David Warner is looking absolutely supreme. He's looking in supreme confidence. He's stroking the ball from the sweet part of the bat. He's looking absolutely ominous for England, I would say. He's not out on 71 with 10 fours and 1 6. Michael Clarke, the captain, is not out on 9 with 2 boundaries and 160 for 2. And let me tell you, in fact, Australia are looking very strong here at the score on 160 for 2, chasing 299. They look to be really marching towards the target currently. But well, let's look at what is the latest situation now. I'm just getting onto the ground here to see what's the latest situation. Yes, the latest situation coming in from the Chesterley Street, Durham right now. I'm just trying to get onto the scores there, and I'm going to give you the latest update. Well, it's 167 for 2 currently. David Warner 71 not out. Michael Clarke has hit his 3rd boundary. In fact, a beautiful. Clarke is also looking good. He just drives James Anderson past mid-on for a beautiful shot. It was absolutely perfect timing and class from Michael Clarke, as Michael Clarke moves on to 16 of 13 balls with 3 fours. And well, we have another 21 overs remaining in the day, and Australia looking to be really looking like taking to this test match. And one has to really commend Australia for the way they have played, especially David Warner leading the fight from the front. And I would say, because this is not an easy pitch to bat on, but I thought Australia are doing the right thing. They have taken the approach of aggression, and they are really giving it to their English bowlers. And well, so we have still one more day to go, so days are not a problem. And Anderson has been pretty expensive today, as James Anderson has been really been put to the sword by the bat of David Warner today. 13 overs, 1 maiden, none for 57. Well, with this little cricket update, I'm leaving you. Australia require another 132 runs to win with 8 wickets remaining. We still have one more day to go. Well, dear fans and subscribers, as I said, today the topic, the day has been definitely dominated by India's batsman Shikar Dhawan becoming the 2nd highest scorer as far as List A cricket history is concerned, scoring 248 runs in a match against South Africa A. And not only that, in the List A match, India A registering the highest ever score scored in a List A matches by making 433 for 3 of their 50 overs. and well, Shikar Dhawan was the man who took India A to the finals of the Tri-Series against Australia A. So congratulations to India for doing that, and Shikar Dhawan, well, keep it going, Shikar Dhawan. You are a wonderful batsman for India. You're like a real boon to India, I would say. Well, thanks for your company and thanks for watching Cricket Happenings, you dear fans and subscribers. Your host Ram is leaving you today, but promising you that I'll be back with more tomorrow on the Ashes. Thank you.